What's up, everyone? It's Edward from www.barstars.com, and today I'll be bringing you a workout you can do anywhere. And to prove it, I'll be doing it here on this tennis court. Now, before we start the video real quick, before we start the workout, I want to talk about something that's important. It's skincare. Now, I've been working out outdoors for over a decade now. I lived here in New York. I lived in Miami. And when I lived in Miami, I used to train at the beach on 9th and Oceans, if you guys been there. And a lot of the Miami regulars would say they will go to the beach after the sun comes down. And I never really understood that. I always thought, oh, it's really cool to be in the sun because you get the tan, and it's not something I had to really worry about. And they would tell me about how they would get wrinkles and how the sun isn't good for your skin. But of course, being young, I ignored that. Now that I'm a bit older, I started researching more on the topic and noticing that the sun does take a toll on your skin, especially if you're doing calisthenics and you're outdoors. My workouts used to be anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, just between working out and hanging out by the bars. And the whole time the sun would be beaming on me. And I've noticed differences in my skin over the last couple of years. And there's research behind it. So the sun is constantly giving off radiation, and this radiation is damaging your skin by aging it. It makes it look older faster. Now, there's a study I'm going to reference down below. It's a CNN article based on a study that was done in Australia. They took 900 participants. They split them in 2 groups, 450 each. The first group, they gave them sunscreen, and they told them how to apply sunscreen every 90 minutes to 2 hours, because it eventually wears off with most brands. And if you get in the water, you sweat, or for whatever reason there's heavy liquid, it wears off again. So they showed them exactly how to use sunscreen. They gave them sunscreen. Then the second group, they didn't do this, but it was deemed unethical by the researchers to tell them not to put on sunscreen. So they didn't tell them not to put it on because they realized how bad it is. They just didn't give them the proper instructions or the free products. They grabbed these 2 groups and reviewed them 4 years later, and they tested their skin under a microscope. The group that used the sunscreen regularly had skin that looked 20+% younger than the other group. And that was only in 4 years. So imagine the long scheme of things. So with all this information, I decided to start taking better care of my skin. And one of the ways I do that is by wearing sunscreen. So sun is very important because of vitamin D and how it helps regulate your body and your hormones. So it's important that you get at least 20 minutes of high quality sun throughout the day, but anything more than that, you should have sunscreen on if you don't want damage done to your skin. So if I have a short trip where I'm going to the grocery store or something where I'll be outside for approximately 15 to 20 minutes, give or take, then I don't put on sunscreen. Anything more than that, I put on sunscreen because it's important to protect your skin. Now, I've used many brands because I just started this maybe last year. So I've been testing the waters, and I put them on, and one brand, when I sweat, it just put like this crazy burn in my eyes. It almost felt like I was being maced. And that's because when you sweat, it's in your skin and it stays like on the top and it comes into your eyes, and it's just a horrible feeling. So then I started looking for like sports-based sunscreens. I found another one, and this sunscreen, although it didn't sweat into my eyes or burn my eyes, it left my face looking white. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I did a story about it the other day on @barstars. My face just looks white, and it's not something appealing. I've also had sunscreens that when I sweat out white stuff, which again is really weird when you're at the park and people are like, what's that on your face? So all that brings us to today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Art of Sport. It's a body care company that creates soap, deodorant, sunscreen, shampoo, and body wash. Now, they sent me their products to try out, and I felt like it was crazy because it was like such a coincidence. Now I'm learning about how to have good skin, and they sent me this. Now, I think skin is very important because it's a great indicator of health. I think it's more of an indicator of health than being ripped. So on YouTube and on the internet, being ripped will be super like high prized. But to be honest, the way your skin looks, if your skin looks bad, even if you are ripped, that's a sign of bad health. Your hair, your skin, your nails, if that all looks poor, I think that's a bad sign of health. Now, again, there's hormonal impacts that might have an impact on your skin as far as acne when you're going to school. But if your skin looks genuinely just bad, something's wrong and you should address it. So I tried out their soap, their deodorant, and their sunscreen, and I'll go over it real quick with you guys and compare it to products I've used in the past. Again, in the importance of taking care of yourself and your skin and your body. So starting with their soap, it's charcoal based. So in the past, I never put a lot of mind into what soap I would get. I would just go in there and get whatever soap. I'm a big fan of bar soap, and I used to get the cheaper bar soap just because I didn't really care. I thought like it'll be more feminine to get the soap that has like the lotion in it. You know, I just want to be clean, and I go and I use the soap, and it would feel the stripping away of the moisture from your skin, and I thought that was a sign of me being clean. Again, as you learn more, bacteria is a huge part of the human body. It plays a vital role, and when you use cheap soap, it has alcohol in it, which kills not only the bad germs but also the good germs, which leaves your skin feeling like it's been stripped. This soap with the charcoal also has shea butter in it. I'd wash, I feel clean, but I didn't feel like my body was stripped away from all moisture. I felt like my skin was still smooth and pleasurable to the touch. And I felt like that's something I was missing with a lot of different soaps. Again, high quality ingredients for a high quality product. So I'm a fan of the soap. The next product is the deodorant. Now deodorant, main ingredient is maca, like green tea. Now deodorant, for a while, I kind of like stayed away from commercial deodorant just because I've read a couple articles about some of the ingredients in deodorants. This is a couple years ago, were linked to cancer. And then you always think about a company's main objective is to make money, sometimes at the expense of your health. Now they're not purposely trying to harm you, but they're trying to make as much money as possible, which means they have to get cheaper ingredients and cheap down the product to make sure that it's competitive among the other products. And this led me to start using more natural base for deodorant. So I started mixing coconut oil with baking soda and essential oils, and I'll dab it all together and put it under my armpits, which worked great, but it was such a chore to do continuously that eventually I just started falling back into the same routine of getting the deodorant spray and spraying. And I was like, okay, I just use this, you know, when I don't feel like using the coconut oil and everything. Then after a while, I started using it every day just because it's easier, it's faster. So with this one, I tried it on and it actually felt great. It didn't feel like the burning sensation you get from some deodorants. Like some deodorants also have alcohol in it, and you'll feel like some of the stripping away from your armpits, and they'll also feel really dry and the moisture sucked away. This one doesn't feel like that. I get the protection, but I still feel great. Like the quality of my armpit skin feels good. Now the last product I'll be over is the sunscreen. The sunscreen is what's most important to me because that's what I've been looking into the most recently, spending so many hours under the sun from working out outdoors. Now, most sunscreens, like I said earlier, they burn your eyes, they sweat, it makes you look white when you sweat, and you have like a whiter complexion for putting it on. This one, it didn't do any of those three things. I've sweated with this on, my eyes didn't burn, I didn't get like a white appearance, it dries very fast, very quickly. As well as another thing I didn't talk about earlier is that a lot of sunscreens are oil-based, so it makes your hands really slippery. So if you ever worked out in Miami, or any of the beaches, Coney Island Beach, you see the bar, and the bar is just like super slippery from people putting on sunscreen and then working out. This doesn't do that, so it's kind of like, it's a stronger base, so it doesn't like spill so fast, and it absorbs into your skin much faster. So I've tried it a couple times. I loved it. I actually kind of like rationed it off because I had to make this video. But yeah, I have it on now, and I'm gonna do the workout with it, and you guys let me know what you guys think. All right, guys, let's get to the workout. All right, so today's routine is gonna be high intensity interval training. So if you guys don't know what that means, is you're going all out for a duration of time. We're gonna be using 30 seconds, and then you rest for another duration of time. We'll be using 10 seconds. So 30 seconds, you go all out in the exercise, then 10 seconds where you just rest and readjust for the next exercise. And that repeats until the routine's over. This is gonna be a full body workout, and it's gonna challenge your cardiovascular endurance just as much. Now, all the exercises I'll be showing will be exercises you could do anywhere without any equipment. This includes no pull-up bar, no dip bar. All you need is the timer and the floor. All right, let's get started. so leaving the burpees at the end is a real motherfucker. So at the end of the routine, after the burpees, you wait 1 minute and you repeat the whole thing over again. As many rounds as you could do. I get about 3 in and I'm pretty toasted after that. As you guys can see, I'm sweating. The sunscreen stayed up pretty good. I don't feel any white stuff coming out my face. My eyes aren't burning, so I feel great. I'm a big fan of Autosport products. You can check them out, I'll have the link down below. Thank you guys as always for watching the video. Check out the other links in the description if you want to support the channel. Much love. Peace.